Alright, guys, it's the weekend preview. Let's get into it. So, today we will do the preview of the English Premier League games upcoming this weekend. Just a quick rundown. Obviously, this weekend the top two are not playing because they're needed to the Carabao Cup Final, where it's sort of a pre-showdown of the title race. And speaking of that, I think I'm gonna have to give this one to us now. They look like they are the team in form at the moment in terms of managing up a good run of wins, and even their Premier League run confirms that they also have enough Champions League wins to confirm that they are a good contender to win this Carabao Cup Final. It's going to be a tough game, of course, and if they are serious about it, they will be able to manage their first Carabao Cup win in 83 years. It's shocking that for all their FA Cup wins, Arsenal actually haven't won this League Cup in whatever form it was, whether it was the Carling Cup, the League Cup, or the Carabao Cup. They haven't really managed to win this one. So I think just for the sake of the boys, the sign of change of times, they really need to win this League Cup for the good of themselves, so that once the team is able to have that confidence that they are able to win something, then the quadruple chances of them is going to be really boosted. So I will go for this one. I'll take a 2-1 win for us now. 2-1 win for the Gunners. So guys, again, these are not really betting tips. Use them at your own discretion, of course, but as a retired pundit, my pundit stake is I'm going to give us now a 2-1 win. On to the Premier League fixtures. It's relatively some interest. Going to be an interesting weekend with some interesting fixtures coming up. From starting with the Bournemouth Manchester United game. The Cherries haven't really had a good run of form of late. I think they haven't won in the last 4 games, and it's really telling that there are lots of the likes of Simeone, and that defender who went to PSG is really having a serious effect on their gameplay. The last 4 games they've all been draws, with the most recent result being a draw to Burnley, away to Burnley. So also a tricky one, but I would be going for another draw, or a win to Manchester United. A draw or a win to Manchester United. So if it's a draw, I'll go for a 1-1 or a 2-1 win for Manchester United. So if I was betting, I would go for above 1.5 with a draw or away win. On to the Brighton and Liverpool game on Saturday, the first game, the lunchtime kickoff. Liverpool were coming off a high against Galatasaray after putting 4 past them at Anfield, but the game away to Brighton at the Amex Stadium is always a tricky one. Though Brighton haven't really been, at the races this season, the form has been, topsy-turvy, and I would say it's pretty much the same for Liverpool in the league. But Liverpool are going for a top 4 run. They really want to back that top 4 spot, even though they're still in the Champions League. So with a good run of form, it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a tough one because Liverpool are also a bit up and down in the league. I would go for again a draw or a win for Liverpool. A draw or a win for Liverpool. Going to the Fulham Burnley match. Burnley, whilst they would say they're still trying to fight for a spot in the league, I would say their fate is almost already sealed here, because it's at 20. They need to catch up with West Ham on 29. That's a far-fetched, and a lot of things have got to go their ways for them to be able to cover that gap. But I don't think it's quite possible. So for the Fulham Burnley match, I would go for the Fulham win. I would go for a 2-1 win for Fulham. So again, it's over 1.5 goals in this game, only because Fulham are at home and they also haven't posted a win in the past two games. So playing at home, I would give them a win. And I mean, for them, this should be a match to win for them. So going on to the next match, the Everton Chelsea. Chelsea are coming off humiliation, massive humiliation in the Champions League, being smashed by PSG like it's out of business. They were literally taught a football lesson by PSG, more so at Stamford Bridge. So going again to Everton, this won't be an easy match because Everton are also a tough nut to crack, and they are not really doing any bad themselves. I mean, David Moyes has really found some tune in this guys, and they're currently sitting on eighth, which is a good feeling for the toughest. I mean, they're all usually used to being somewhere around this area, and them being here and also fighting for Europe is really a good honor for them, and this really, you know, raise the stakes for this match. But just because Chelsea are coming from a smoking over the Champions League fixtures against PSG, and Liam Rosinho needs really to show what it's all about, I would slightly lean towards a Chelsea win, just because of that, just because of the experience they will have gained against PSG. I would give Chelsea a win, maybe a 1-0 win. It's going to be a tough match. Going to the Leeds United Brentford match, the ego Thiago factor. Brentford are also, another team who's also shooting past their size, and whilst their form has been a bit lethargic, have more too many draws, and their last win has come. I mean, one win in the past five games, and going to a lead side who are known for a high intensity in the pressing game. Mm, this is going to be a tricky one, but I'm gonna lean towards another draw here, a scoring draw. Because of the Coyote factor, then there's the DCL Dominic Carvey, Lewin factor also playing for Leeds, and the vociferous Leeds crowd. It's not going to be an easy ground for Brentford. So if I'm a betting man, I would slightly lean toward the Leeds United win, but draw is the most likely here. So if I'm betting, I'll go for a draw in this game. Now for the Tyneside Derby on Sunday. The Tyneside Derby, this is a tricky one, but I understand Sunderland has had the rub of the green in this encounter for the past games. But playing against Newcastle, who are coming from a humbling at the new camp, I would go for a Newcastle win. I would go for a Newcastle win, but it's a derby again, so it's going to be a lot of tackles, a lot of physicality. Newcastle themselves are not slouches when it comes to being physical, so it's going to be some match. I would even go as far as going for a red card in this match. There might be a red card here, but I'm looking for a Newcastle 2-1 win in this game. Then going to the Aston Villa West Ham United game. Aston Villa have really not been at the races of late, with three losses, and West Ham really need some points on the board because they are on a precarious spot, sitting on 18th and almost facing relegation. So they really need to put their game together because it's really we're in the business end of the season. So there's hope amongst the Hammers fans that Tati or Callum Wilson or one of them ones will be able to pull up something, or the captain Jared Bowen will come up with something and maybe conquer a win. They haven't really been performing that bad, with only one loss in the past five games, and the draw hosting Man City is something to really gives the lads confidence. So for this one, West Ham Aston Villa, I'm going to give Aston Villa the win here because their form hasn't really been great and they really need to nail this spot for top four with Liverpool and Chelsea right on their, on their haunches coming for the top four spot. Aston Villa should really push for this one, and these are the kind of matches they need to win if they uh, want to seal the top four spot. So for this one, I'll give it Aston Villa. Aston Villa should win this one just because of need basis. Need basis. They need to really close the gap on Manchester United here, especially after losing to them in the last game. So Ollie Watkins, Tammy Abraham should and Rogers should really come to the party in this game. Then the final game, which is a six-pointer, you'd never imagine that Tottenham will go a second consecutive season in the relegation zone, but that's where they're at. And this is going to be a six-pointer with the number 16, 17th team fighting it out. Nottingham are coming off a massive European win away to Midland, and Tottenham, though they won against Atletico Madrid, they still crashed out of the Champions League, and their form is not really looking promising. It's really a match between two teams with similar run of form, with a lot of losses here for Spurs, and 3 draws and 2 losses for the Forest. So this is one of them ones which promises to be a stinker of a match. It's one match where one team doesn't. There's no team that wants to lose this one. So if I am betting on this one, I'll go for a draw or a win, but I'll lean more towards a Newcastle win. I'll lean more towards Tottenham win. I'll lean more towards the Tottenham win. So that's the prediction that I'll go for here. Tottenham will win this game and then jump out of create some distance between them and Nottingham Forest. But it's going to be a tough game, especially with Milinkovic Savic and Rio in defense. That's going to be a tough nut for Nottingham, for Spurs. I mean, so this is the prediction for the Premier League. In the La Liga, there are a couple of matches, but the one to really mention is the Madrid Derby coming between Atletico and Real Madrid at the San Diego Bernabéu. And this one, I'm gonna lean towards the Real Madrid win, but it's going to be both teams to score. But Madrid will edge this one. Madrid will edge this one because they are getting some of their players back from injury. Kylian Mbappe who played some 20 odd minutes against Man City, and Atletico are coming off the back of a loss, so they did manage to go through to the next round in Champions League. But because Real Madrid need to cover the gap between them and Barcelona, I think Real Madrid will really fight for a win here. So, it's two teams with contrasting runs of form, with Madrid having lost 2 games in the past four games, and Atletico Madrid are coming off 4 wins in the past 5. So I would go for both teams to score, with Real Madrid winning the match, but it's going to be a tough one against the Diego Simeone led team, with both teams having played in Manchester over the week. So for this one, I don't really see any changes in the top of La Liga, again because of the gap, and Barcelona themselves are playing some small team over the coming week. So guys, this is the prediction. And Arsenal win to break their Carabao Cup jinx, and then some other predictions that will also help those who are into betting, but don't take my advice for what it is. It's your money, eh? So like and subscribe to the chat.